Hi, Philip and I are installing trim in our house. Let's take a look at some of the trim. We're using Larch, which is very similar to Douglas fir. Here's a piece I just cut and prepared for the shelf of the bathroom ledge of the window. It's a rough sawn 1-inch thick trim board. It's got some blue coloring in it. This is almost identical to Douglas fir. It's considered the cousin to it. So that's a piece, and let's see where I can see where it fits. This is the upstairs bathroom. So that creates the window ledge. I sand it lightly, so it's got a slightly rough texture, and that's done on purpose. So there's the window ledge. Let's look at some of the other windows that have been done already. This is a finished window with the Larch trim, hand sanded. Every piece is rough cut and then hand sanded in place. There's a window ledge. There's a finished window. Let's have a look, a step back here. These walls have been sanded, and this room is ready for cleanup and varnish. Oops, we gotta do the door yet, but the windows are done. Here's one of the daughter's bedrooms. The window is done, trimmed. There's a window ledge. We like the window ledge to put things on. It's about 7 inches wide to set things on. So that's a finished window. Here's our machinery to cut things out, the table saw and the chop saw. This is our loft area. That window is completed. We chose not to do a shelf on the bottom or a window ledge on the bottom of this one. It's a narrow but not a wide shelf. That's a completed window. Let's follow Philip and see what he's doing over here. Here we put a 3-inch plank. Oh, that's noisy. We put a 3-inch plank here for the windowsill in this one, something a little different. And don't forget the chink on the edges. We caulk behind here before we cover the sides. Philip's the chinker. Let's go and have a look and see what Foster is doing. He's got the entire upstairs sanded. The logs are polished, smooth, ready for varnish. Everything's buffed and smooth. So let's take a peek downstairs because I hear noise. He's running the buffer. do you say, Foster? It's nice and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks nice. That works really well. Let's show them our bristle brush. This is a battery-operated DeWalt polisher and a nylon brush that you can order them from our office or from log supply houses, log home supply places. And that's a nylon brush that smooths all the logs out. So it's looking great. Okay, let's go upstairs again, see how Philip's doing with that window. I hear a sander, and that's the hand sander. We run over all of the trim. It's rough sawn trim, then we lightly sand it. Let's show them the sander, Philip. Show what you were doing here. It's a battery-operated, or battery 5-inch orbital sander, and that makes all the wood smooth. So that's what's happening in our house. Windows and doors are getting trimmed, and that's exciting. Let's take a peek upstairs in the tower real fast, because Foster told me he just got done with all the buffing and the sanding in the tower. So this is the stairway leading up to the tower. That's smooth. A chink line will be put right there. So this is smooth. That feels really good. Looks awesome too. Now these windows need to be trimmed yet. They're not trimmed. This needs to be covered here and here. So this will be the library, private place to spend time. So it's not, you can't really see it in the video here, but it's been polished nice and smooth. Sure feels smooth. It's got a little bit of a rough texture or a rough look to it. You can see the saw marks from the sawmill, but the wood is nice and smooth. This is ready for varnish, except we've got to install the window trim. We've got the foam above the windows where they can settle, and then this will be chinked, caulked after the varnish, all the seams. Let's have a look around. This is our log work in the roof system of the tower room. This is the view out our kitchen, dining room window there and the kitchen window there. And those windows still need to be trimmed. There's a door. Let's go to windows that have been trimmed. This is a scaffold so we can reach the top and get the logs buffed and sanded. And these windows have been partially trimmed. So let's go upstairs and get a look at windows that have been trimmed and ready for varnish. The upstairs is almost done and ready for the varnish. We got the logs mostly polished. The door has been trimmed, as you can see. Those are the Douglas fir boards around the outside of the door. Douglas fir and larch trim. I built a timber shelf in this room. It's about 11 inches wide, 3 inches thick. This is for one of our daughter's rooms. Not much to see there. This is the loft room upstairs. This window is trimmed. So don't worry about the gaps. This is getting ready to be chinked. all the seams will be caulked. This is nicely sanded here, this archway. And this trim material, we cut that on our mill and we hand sanded it and installed it. There's a little bit different shelf with a 1-inch board. So all of our trim is 1 inches thick and varying widths. So there's a finished window. We have some flat walls, all sanded. Flat log walls. There's a bathroom, upstairs bathroom. There's a nice 7-inch shelf here, trimmed. So there's that look. Door is trimmed. The windows have a shelf. This is the middle floor of the tower. We've got a bedroom below us. This is the middle section, and then upstairs is the library. So let's go up there. Got some square beam loft joists, a round log wall. So we've got a combination of round and square in this house. This is the timber stairway. It's narrow and steep, but we designed that on purpose for this kind of upper room. That window lets glass into the stairwell, so it will never be dark here. I chose not to put shelves on the bottoms of the windows upstairs in the tower. I didn't need that. Partly because I've got one nice shelf here with a timber. That's 2 inches thick, about 1 foot wide. So check the trim out on the windows. We used Sierra Pacific vinyl windows in this house with our hand sawn fir and larch trim, so I think turned out pretty nice. The door is not trimmed yet because I have to install some wiring switches, which I'll have to drill a hole, put a switch in over there. So that's not trimmed yet. Otherwise, this room is finished. The trim is finished. Okay, now let's head downstairs where we're going to, I might do a time lapse with us trimming the master bedroom windows. Those extension jambs have been trimmed, but not the surface. That might be confusing for some viewers, but I'll try to explain that later. We're going with dark trim on the surface, on the flats of all the main floor trim, but the extension jambs, as I'll show you here, are the hand-sawn natural. This is extension jamb, which means extends the window in. Extension jambs are done on this window, and the shelf is all natural. And then the face trim, the flat face trim will be the same material with a dark stain. So that window is done until the varnish is completed, and then we'll place 2 vertical pieces and a top piece of dark stain matching the doors. Okay, so take a peek over here. A few more windows that are completed. It's finished. The sewing room window is finished. except for the face trim as well. So this is trimmed right here. Okay, let's trim a few windows and see what we can get done. Here, Foster did a really good job on smoothing out the archway, sanding all that. Nice and smooth. This is the master bedroom. That's the arch going into the master bathroom. We've got a combination of flat wall and round wall, all smooth, ready for varnish. Feels great. Okay, we've got the 3 bedroom windows completed for the extension jambs right here and the shelves. So all those jamb extensions are done. And again, like I said, the covering will be stain trim.